Hey everybody, Larry Leach here with part 3 of the Web Development and Setup edition of Tools of the Trade. I talked about setting up your website in part number 1. I talked about Joomla, content management system in part 2. For part 3, I'm going to talk about WordPress, which is another content management system that has a very small learning curve. There's actually a huge WordPress community out there. You have a lot of bloggers who have chosen to use WordPress as their blog of choice. The content management system that you can get installed through your hosting service is almost identical to the free WordPress blogs that are out there. The main difference is the use of plugins. All right, so a couple things I'm going to talk about that aren't going to come up much in the video. The plugins option is something that basically allows you to incorporate extensions or video elements, widgets, social media, links. These are all of the plugins that WordPress offers for you to enhance your website. They also have WordPress themes. There's a lot of them that are free that you can install directly through the application, and there's a lot of third-party themes that you can purchase or get for free. All right, let's see. A couple other things I want to mention before we get into the video. WordPress, again, has a huge user community, so there are a lot of forums, there are a lot of message boards where you can get support for different issues that you may have while maintaining your website. Another good thing about having your own website, this would apply both to Joomla and WordPress, is if you have staff members, either for your small business, your company, or if you're a college publication who want to have a blog. If you have your own hosting account and your own space on a server, you can create a folder for that student to basically set up their own website as a blog. Now, the good thing about that is their blog is fully contained within that folder. So if you have a staff member who may not be too web savvy and they end up going in and crashing their blog, it doesn't affect your website. It only affects their blog. And if it's messed up beyond repair, you can basically go in and just reset the WordPress or the Joomla individual site that they have that's in that folder. Fortunately, they probably would have to just repost all of their stuff, but it's a small price to pay to avoid having the entire website crash. So we're going to get into WordPress. I'm going to show you guys a few things about WordPress that it offers to those who want a cost-effective website. I'll come back at the end to do a wrap-up. One of the other options that I'll share with you guys is WordPress. All right, now going back to Lucky Register, you see WordPress is also a free add-on application. One of the things I wanted to show you guys is, oh, they don't have it on there. Here you go, 24/7 support. I know a lot of times people will look at that and be skeptical, but I can definitely vouch for Lucky Register. I've had many conversations with them at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's always somebody there to help you out. All right, so let's see. WordPress, let's go take a look at the WordPress. All right, so here's a college newspaper website, the Chabot Spectator. All right, this particular template allows for pictures that students or photojournalists go out there and collect. You can put those in there. Videos, you have basically another thing that pulls from the YouTube videos. This particular plugin, as you upload videos to your YouTube, it automatically puts them down here in your little thumbnail area. So you can select which ones you want to see. Your audience, the more videos you put up, the more frequent they will change, and that's what audiences like. They want to see change. If I come to a website and it's the same stuff every time, I'm going to stop coming to that website. But if it's always changing, if it's always different, then I feel like it's fresh, it's new, and there's new information, something worth digging around for and looking at. Social media plugins, again, you can link your different social media. If you are a printed publication and you want a website, there's a option called Issuu, ISSUU, where you can basically embed the PDFs from your print issue, and you can scroll through them. People can look at them just like it's a printed issue, but it is it is on your website. So you kind of giving them the best of both worlds, both online and printed. All right. So you have also your Facebook like box, more social links or links to other areas. You have all of your recent items that are showing here as intros or summaries where you can click and read the full story. So how about WordPress? How easy is it to use WordPress? So when you log into WordPress, this is what you get in your back end. All right, if you want to add a new post to show up here in this area, you basically go to posts, add new post. You get a blank page where you can put in a headline, and then you can put the content in here. You can insert images. If you have media, you have a media library where you can put pictures. You can put video there. Let's see. Appearance. You have themes. Now, the difference between Joomla and WordPress is a lot of your themes. They have a lot of free themes through WordPress that you can get just through the application itself. Going back to the Gavic Pro, I don't know if you guys remember seeing it, but they do WordPress themes and Joomla templates. So you have an option with WordPress to either use the free ones, or you can get your own from third parties. Again, there's probably going to be a slight cost involved with that, but it's just a one-time cost. If you have plugins that you want to add in there, this is your widget bar. So social media widget, Facebook like box, social media widget, YouTube channel. You see them all over here on the sidebar, full width. Here they are right here. YouTube channel, social media, print issue, another social media, fan box. So it's all on the right side. So depending on the template, the widget area will tell you what you have available. Sidebar, subcolumn 1 and 2, there's nothing there, but those things would be down here on the bottom if there was items there. All right, let's see. A couple other things I want to show you. Also, a difference between WordPress and Joomla is with Joomla, you have to go and download your extensions and then upload them through the back end yourself. Whereas with WordPress, you just click on plugins and you can see ones that you already have. But if you want to add a new plugin, you can do it all from the back end. And there's an auto install option available where you can just look for the ones that you like. So let's say, for example, I wanted to look for a photo gallery. I would click the plugins. It would bring me to this screen right here where I can install new or add new plugins. I'll just click search plugins, and there's a long list of options that are there. You can look at the rating. If it has a poor rating, then that means a lot of people have had problems with it. But let's say easy to map photos. If I want to use that, I could just click install now, and it would install it into my website. And then when I go to the plugins, it would show it on the list. I would find it. I didn't install it, so we won't see that specific one. But basically, I would have to go to it, click activate, and then it would show up in my widgets area. So I'd activate it. I'd look for it in my widgets. I could drag it over to the side, depending on what type of plugin it is. Again, WordPress and Joomla, the learning curve on these two content management systems is very minimal. I would say that if you have one person who's knowledgeable with WordPress, they can teach, if it's a newsroom, a college newsroom, that one person could probably teach the staff how to post new stories, new content, put pictures on there. I'd say within a week and a half, you'd have several people that were familiar enough with how WordPress works to maintain the site without too much of a problem. For Joomla, I'd say the learning curve is a little bit more difficult than WordPress, but still it's pretty easy. If you take a person who, I'd say if you take a person who's knowledgeable and another person who wants to learn how to do Joomla, you're looking at maybe about 2.5 weeks then they'll start to get the hang of how you upload stories, put articles in there, and link to them. So if you're looking for a cost-effective, easy way to manage your websites, have a professional look, I'd say it really comes down to a matter of preference. If you are really looking for a point-and-click option, WordPress is probably the best, followed by Joomla. Myself, I prefer Joomla. I just think that as a person that's more familiar with coding and templates, the differences between the two aren't much of a challenge for myself. But if you are interested in having a website and you're looking for a cost-effective way to do it, this is the route that you want to go. Both of the options. Here's another website I'll show you guys. This is a artist social media site that has been developed. If you look down here on the bottom, there's a scrolling banner where advertisers can put their banners or their logos there, and you can charge them for this. All right, let's see if we go to the Chabot Spectator. The ad banner has been removed, but there's an option to put one right up here in the top corner. So with both Joomla and WordPress, there are options to monetize your website, and that's very key, especially for like college publications or someone who's trying to generate revenue from their website. You can, if you have ad packages already available for your printed edition, you can tack on a few dollars and throw in an option of having an advertisement placed on the website for a week, 2 weeks, or whatever it is that your ad manager is able to negotiate with those people that are those clients that are looking to advertise with you. So again, if you're only paying $100 a year for the website and you can get $200 a year in advertising revenue for the by using the website, then you're in the plus. But the options that a lot of colleges have typically or traditionally used, you have College Publisher, which, if I'm not mistaken, has increased their rates to over $1,000, maybe more. You also have Ellington, which may be a little bit more expensive. But these options, typically they'll bring someone in to train the staff on how to use them. But if you have students or if you have staffers that already have a WordPress blog, they'll be able to pick up on WordPress, instantly. They'll be able to get right in there and start setting it up and moving things around. All right, that brings my web development and setup edition of Tools of the Trade to a close. WordPress, I just talked about some of the different features that it offers. Again, it is an excellent option if you're looking for a cost-effective way to set up a website. Getting everything set up should cost anywhere from $60 to $100, depending on what type of hosting plan you want. If you're paying more than that and you're maintaining your own website, you're paying too much. I know there's a lot of web developers out there who may not like me sharing this information, but if you are maintaining your own website, this is a way that you can save money, especially if you're on a limited budget. Thank you for checking out the web development edition of Tools of the Trade.